Hi, I'm Riley.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Ava. And this is our reflection and our sources for our materials project. So, first off, we use chapter 2, learner centered teaching. Um, Pretty much all of our materials use this because they create a hands-on activities for students to accomplish, and they all focus on the students rather than different materials and stuff.
Yeah, and it opens up for students to be able to ask questions if need be, but basically it just focuses on their approach and how best they learn with these materials.
Yeah, and then going off of what Jessica was saying, when we go into what the materials are, they meet students where they're at in terms of English fluency and how comfortable they are speaking it. So we're going to provide a worksheet so students can use a level of vocabulary that they're comfortable with. And then when it comes to presentation, they can use that as an aid, depending on how they comfortably are speaking the language.
And two of the most that include the learner centered teaching would be the Flat Stanley activity, because that one really takes in students' interest because they can design this Flat Stanley or flat, whatever they name it, based on their interest or who or themselves or any celebrity like Flat Taylor Swift would be a good example. And then they can teach the flat person who like whatever they want, which will be interesting to see what they come up with. And the other one would be the travel activity, because it's up to them how they want to present their information and up to them how to take notes about other students' activities.
Mhm.
And the second source we used was chapter 3, and that one talked about hold apart.
Yeah, and this one basically is taking the word culture and we're breaking it down so that it is based off the student's background knowledge so that they can incorporate it to their understanding of the overall big picture of culture.
Yeah. So to show this visually, we will be taking the word culture and have it very large and be breaking it down, like Jessica was talking about, into its individual parts. Also, this will be an activity that's over like a unit, so probably about a month. So we will really be taking the time to break everything down for students to have a big concept like culture and understand its workings.
And each of our assignments takes a part of culture and develops that part even more. And then it all comes together in the travel activity at the end, where it takes all of those activities that we've been doing and brings them all together. And then our next source was chapter 6, oral developing oral and written language. And for this one, the word cloud was one of the better examples we have, because it allows for students to see the word culture and come up with words that they think relate to it, and allow them to vote if they agree or disagree if that word comes like connects to culture. And then they have to say it out loud so it develops that oral language, and they're allowed to see it written on the word cloud that will be posted in class, so then students can see the written form of the word that they came up with.
Yeah, the other activity that we were discussing that also completes this is the collage or the presentation of it rather, because they are compiling all the information on board, so they're writing it down and having to present it orally to other students on what it's about, and it just gives them really good hands-on practice.
Yeah, and then for developing oral and written language, we also incorporated like the I do, we do, you do. So when we were doing the word cloud, the teacher will give an example, but then for the we do, all the students will be giving examples, which is practicing oral language. But the biggest practice with oral language will come with presenting their poster boards to other students, um, and they will or they can use their worksheet as an aid, but they're also allowed to just talk about what else they want to talk about on the board if they're comfortable with that. And it also is improving their use of academic language, because the structure of the worksheet is like a very structured, not casual format, with like sentence formatting, and they can work on that.
And it also allows them to use their home language and then explain what that means in English to other students who might not speak the same language. So that also helps develop that oral communication. Our fourth source is chapter 7, the inclusion of students' culture.
Yeah, so basically with this one, it's breaking down like their own culture, like they're taking facts or information from their own culture to present to other students. That way they get like diverse understandings, diverse backgrounds, to incorporate and like to present, and to connect to the overall basis of culture.
We also try to keep it very broad. So if like, for example, on the worksheet, it says like, what languages do you speak, but there's not two blanks, like some of the other ones where it's like, you can talk about this and this, because we recognize that students can speak however many languages. It's not just one, it's not just two, it could be three, it could be more. Um, and we also, when we're going to include magazines and newspapers to use in class, we want to use magazines and newspapers from places other than just the United States that are written things in things other than just English, so that they have pictures that are actually representative of their cultures.
And it also creates a safe space for students to teach others about their culture and for them to learn about different cultures other than their own and see how culture as a whole is not just their culture or someone else's culture, and how every culture seems to fall under the culture umbrella. And so they can learn about that. And it also allows for students to develop, again, their home language as well as their English skills, and this helps develop their, like, the inclusion part of it.
Yeah.
Our last source was chapter 8, developing the faith in learners.
Yeah, with this one, all the materials are hands-on for the students, so we are allowing them to work individually and we're showing our faith in them being able to carry out tasks and to collect research and compile it, to the best of their ability. We're also allowing them to approach us if they need help, but for the most part, we're trying to encourage them to work independently so that they can expand their knowledge and understanding.
Yeah, and also with them going around the class to each other's poster boards, we're showing faith in them being able to teach other students, rather than being like, oh, you make this worksheet and I'll help you talk about your culture. We are giving students their own complete freedom to go around and share with other students and educate them. So that's demonstrating faith in them, which helps build self-efficacy because they're confident in their abilities, they're taking charge, and it's learner led.
And of course, we don't want them to be the representative of other cultures, so it's just their home, what they experience, their own identity, which helps build this motivation to teach others about who they are and helps establish their identity and the investment in materials.
Yeah.
That's all we have. Thank you.
Thank you.